Hello everyone. Today we have Miss Anubha De. She completed her BTech in computer science. Now she is pursuing her PhD in systems biology. So it's very interesting to know about her, like why she switched her career from computer science background to the system biology. So we'll get to know about from her only. So the please introduce about yourself.
Thank you, Antika. Hello, viewers. I'm Anubha and I did my BTech in computer science. After that, I moved for a MTech in computational biology. Post my MTech, I'm doing my PhD in computational systems biology. Yeah.
So, Dee, you told our viewers you did your BTech in computer science. After that, you switched to systems biology. So, like after BTech in computer science, there are a lot of opportunities for the students, and usually people wants to do BTech in computer science. So, why you switched your career?
So, computer science was not something that I always wanted to do. It was just that it ended up coming in my life, and initial years of learning computer science and engaging to coding and all was okay. I was not enjoying it to that level also. So I thought that okay, I'm not enjoying it that much. So how about switching it from computer science to electronics or electrical? But unfortunately or fortunately, you say, I could not like something happened and this could not happen. I mean, the switch was not there. So after that, I thought, okay, things were going good. I was doing good in my academics. Uh, in my final year of BTech, a multinational company came to the university and I was placed there. So when I was placed, I was very happy that, okay, this is kind of something that our attention has gone that, okay, I'm mapped to some project and I'll be doing a lot of coding and all that. But when I was there, to my surprise, I was not really enjoying. So I worked for that company. I worked in the company for a year, and it made me feel that okay, this is not something I want in life. And I always wanted to get back to sciences. So I thought that okay, how about pursuing a master's or an MTech degree in sciences? But I'm talking about the time of 2016-17, wherein you did not have any course named computational physics or computational chemistry, because I always wanted to apply the knowledge of computer science in sciences. So I thought that okay, let's go for computational physics or chemistry, but unfortunately there was no such course. The only course that existed at that time was computational biology. And I did not have biology in my 11th and 12th. So that was very much challenging to me. So I thought that, okay, should I take up this or not? Yes.
Okay, Dee. So, how was your journey, and now how you are feeling about that? Like you switched from computer science to this systems biology. So, how was your journey?
Okay. So the journey was not at all easy because the MTech, so as I mentioned, I did MTech in computational biology. So I was sitting in a classroom wherein I have 100 students with me who have the knowledge of biology from their intermediate, and their undergrads was obviously in biology. So it was very difficult for me because I was introduced to several terms such as pharmacogenomics, generation sequencing. Like the teachers are introducing such heavy terms to a student who do not have the that minimal knowledge, or I was not exposed that much. So I thought, okay, let's give ourselves a challenge. So when I walked back to my PG, I went back home and started reading, started surfing internet, YouTube videos, and fortunately, I have an elder sister who motivated me to switch my career from computer science to biology. She used to teach me, and so the journey was more or less. Both happening and a little bit difficult also, because you are starting from the scratch, so all the basic concepts has to be clear and all. So now when I look back, okay, how was the journey? The journey was okay, more or less good. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
So, Dee, like you told, like from after MTech, you joined PhD here. So, did you qualify any exams like CSIR or DBT, something, any exams you qualified? or
Yeah.
directly you came?
Okay. So I since I was very much confident that you know giving or sitting for CSIR net would not be a great option for me, because I know that it to when students aspire for CSIR net, a lot goes. And yes, I was exposed to biology, but since the MTech was in computational biology, I was not very much exposed also. So I thought that, okay, let's try for JEST, which is a joint entrance examination. So if you qualify that, you can do PhD either in computer science or computational biology. So I thought of giving it a try. So when I qualified it, I was very much sure that, okay, I'm not going back to computer science, like as in PhD in computer science, and I want to stick to computational biology only. Yeah, so that's it.
So, like, suppose you joined university, okay, we can understand your situation. But what you can suggest to other people who want, like, need to, they want, they have to join this university, means not this, either any university like JNU, HU, any university, or they have to go for their PhD in IITs. So, what's your suggestion?
Okay. So the first thing that's definitely very important is your interest. So whether or not you want to do your PhD from in university, whether or not you see yourself a student who's holding a PhD degree in 5 years and coming out from a university or institute. The second thing I would say is that since I've not been into any institute for my PhD, I was mapped here in the university. What I like about the university is that you are along with your PhD, you're also exposed to students. You're also exposed to masters and undergrad students, wherein you sometimes help them in their lab work. I mean, the labs that the master students take up. So with that, you have a very one-to-one discussion, or the talk with the young minds also. I mean, it's not that in institute it's not there, it's there, but I feel that university has both, has the blend of both sciences and academics is also going hand in hand, wherein in institutes you are mostly into research orient you are mostly research oriented. Your your prime goal is just research and nothing else. I might be wrong, but I mean, many people have many different opinions. But what I feel is that it completely depends on your interest and where you are seeing yourself after, in some years, where do you imagine yourself. So maybe that.
So the here, like in this here one separate department, system biology. So here a lot of professors are there in systems biology. So if suppose someone who wants to do PhD, how she can select the supervisor, like which I need to do PhD in this stream, like in so many areas are there. So how they will like.
So so if I'm understanding it correctly, you're asking how to choose a lab, or
Yes,
how to
exactly.
choose.
How to choose a lab? Like,
Okay.
what are the point we need to be in mind?
Okay,
Like,
okay.
suppose if I want to do PhD, so I need to consider these points.
Okay. So, in my opinion, what I feel is that the most important criteria that a student should consider is his or her interest. If he is a person who's interested in experimental biology lab, he should definitely opt for an experimental biology lab. If a student is into just coding or doing computational stuff, definitely he should aspire for a computational lab. Okay. Second thing is that until and unless you join the lab, you get to know the lab's environment and how the lab has grown over the years. You do not know. So does that mean that a student should not join a new lab? Definitely a student should join a new lab. And like the new lab, or the lab that is coming up, will help the student to tide over all possibilities, because it's a new lab. You do not have reagents, you do not have what all the stuffs that you need for an experimental biology lab or a computational lab. You do not have computers, you do not have servers, so you with your supervisor build it together. So that also helps in the longer run. He or she will be grateful that, okay, I was the first student, so I could learn all these things with my supervisor. Uh, Along with this, I would say that also, as I said, that interest area should not only be limited to experimental or computational. After the student has done his or her masters, I believe that by then he or she knows that which kind of work insights, or which kind of work he or she likes to do. Maybe it can be depending on, or it can be towards working in a lab that is purely doing research towards cancer therapy, or say Parkinson's disease, or whatever it can be. But yeah, definitely the interest of a candidate is a must, I feel. Yeah.
The one my most important question.
Yeah.
Like usually people are saying without wet lab, dry lab is nothing. Like without
Okay.
experimental validation,
Okay.
you can't justify your results. So what's your comment? Like you are in fifth year now. What's your comment on that?
Okay. So yeah, see again, it depends on people and their perception on things. But what I believe is that both wet lab and dry lab goes hand in hand. One is, they are interdependent. One cannot work without the other. If you do not produce data, how the computational biologists are going to validate it? And if the computational biologists are not there, then who's going to validate your data that you generate? So it's not like no one is less or more. Both are competitive, and both have their own charisma, and both have their own sets of pros and cons, whatever you say. So I believe that it's not that one is better than the other. Both are equally good. But that's how I feel. Yeah.
The my last question now. Almost we are in fifth year of the PhD.
Mhm.
So how a student can be motivated herself or himself?
Okay.
How, like it's a very long journey. Sometimes it's ups, some downs. So how they can be motivated?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question. That's a very very good question, because to complete your PhD, you definitely need to be motivated. But not all days are same. Some days would be very happening, some days would not be that happening. So the days you get the results that you expect to get, and you are getting similar kind of result, you'll be very happy, you'll be very pumped up. But some days the results would be negative, which you did not even expect, that okay, this can also end up like this. I believe that both the days when you're happy and when you're not so happy, the way you can motivate yourself is that maybe you can remind yourself that where you were 1 or 2 years before and where you are now. See, while we were approaching here, I was telling you that you were in a lab wherein you were a student, and now you are playing a role of a guide. So that's learning. So you have grown over the years. So what I feel is that you are the only person who can motivate yourself. You can keep yourself motivated. The days when you do not get the results that you expect, that's also learning. You hypothesized something, but that ended up in some, like, because I believe all result, or whether it's positive result or negative results, it's a result. So we should not get disheartened that okay, what I expected did not turn up. Okay, it's
That's
not the
true.
last day. Come on, it's 5 years journey.
And one more point I want
Yeah.
to add,
Yeah.
that extracurricular activities is much more needed.
More important.
Seriously, it's very needed. Like
Yeah.
it's not about only 24/7 you need to be in lab. No, it's not like
Correct.
that. You need to go somewhere, go with your friends, do
Correct.
do some in party somewhere. It's very important. Otherwise, this PhD is not like 24/7 you need to be in lab. No. I think it's a learning phase only.
Very true, very true. You learn from your mistakes. That's what.
Genuinely. Okay. So I hope this talk will be very helpful for you. So if you have any query, you can mention in comment box. We'll try to answer it. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, viewers. Yeah.